Film Africa is back, but of course it's 2020, which means it's not business as usual. With only limited socially distanced screenings taking place at a handful of venues across London, including here at the British Film Institute, or the BFI as it's more commonly known, most of the Film Africa programming will be taking place online, on social media and on the BFI player. The debut feature film For Maria Ibn Pataki by 28-year-old director Damilola Oromogunje powerfully charts a woman's struggle with postpartum depression. It's one of only a handful of films that deal with this topic. At a time when the world finds itself in crisis, grappling with the fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic, For Maria offers compelling insight into an individual's struggle to keep themselves from the grip of mental decline. For Maria Ibn Pataki is a deviation from the traditional Nollywood content that Nigeria is known for and gives an authentic presentation of working-class family life in Lagos. It's a rare treat and is a narrative of its time in the context of Black Lives Matter. Director Damilola presents a narrative with complexity and emotional depth, striking for a filmmaker of his generation.
During the period when I was thinking of making the film, I saw a thread on Twitter, Nigerian Twitter, where they were talking, like a bunch of women talking about their experiences while they gave birth, postpartum. And then it kind of like gave a new insight because these were like different women sharing their views, sharing their own take, how it went for them while they gave birth. Then I spoke to a couple of people that I knew that actually had passed through this, try to get from their own point of view. And then I knew I couldn't write it. I wanted the female perspective to it also. So I co-wrote the film with a lady called Soro Femi. So, she came with like a woman point of view also, and then we decided to work on it. So it was basically like just researching, speaking to people online, reading different stories, and then, came up with the whole film.
Nadia Denton is an impact producer, film curator and author, specialising in Nigerian cinema, and she coined the term Beyond Nollywood to refer to art house, experimental, animation, documentary, shorts and music videos from Nigeria and its diaspora. Nadia is one of the curators of Film Africa, and Damilola is part of the Beyond Nollywood collective that Nadia brought together. They're a group of filmmakers poised to supersede traditional Nollywood and make a name for themselves in the canon of world cinema. Nadia sees the enduring themes of For Maria as one of the key crossover appeals of this daring but little-known film from Nigeria.
You know, what I found so special about this film, and it certainly is the first film of this nature that I have seen coming out of Nigeria, is I feel like it's really a film of its time. You know, when we think about, the lockdown that we had earlier this year and that some of us are having to go back into, and all of the challenges that, especially mothers were having, childcare burdens are falling on them, difficulties with family, dealing with their children. And we kind of see a bit of a mirroring of this, even though it's not set in a COVID context. You kind of can see a bit of a mirroring of that. And I think particularly her own struggles with her mental health and just the depression. It's, I've had many friends who through this whole experience of the pandemic and even Black Lives Matter have really struggled with, understanding and placing themsells and being able to cope with dark thoughts and going into that dark place. And, observing her struggling with, dealing with going into that dark place and how to come out of it, I feel like is such a mirror to our society and where we are now worldwide.
Filmmaker and lecturer Asai Tamaklo is another one of Film Africa's curators, and she's based in Ghana. She says there's something for everyone in this year's festival lineup.
I think one of the things that works for Film Africa is the concept of inclusiveness. And so everybody gets represented somehow in the programming of Film Africa. And even with this year, even though we're dealing with COVID, if you look at our lineup, stories that are serving people in the diaspora, that serve people on the continent, that serve people of whatever gender they describe, or whatever physical handicaps, whatever challenges, whatever it is. So that's the beauty about Film Africa. Everybody has a place in whatever programming Film Africa puts together.
Whether you choose to venture out to a socially distanced screening or prefer to enjoy Film Africa online on your sofa, the festival promises an exciting programme of events, including director Q&As, panel discussions, industry sessions and masterclasses, showcasing the best cinema from across Africa and the diaspora. It's online and it's in selected cinemas across London from Friday the 30th of October until Sunday the 8th of November. Afia Adom, Arise News.